Honkai Star Rail revolutionized the gear farming process for Hoyoverse games. Now the Zenless Zone Zero team, they took a look at the synthesizer and went, you know what? You know what this is missing? It's missing a smoking hot Android and some jazz music. Hello everybody, welcome into the channel, and today I want to talk about my favorite Gotham addition to Zenless Zone Zero. And it's the Bardic Needle. It's the store you can find on the 6th Street, and it's absolutely freaking amazing. Like it just makes everything feel slightly more rewarding. Now, what makes the Bardic Needle so freaking great, you ask? Well, one, Android, and two, in here you can actually like convert a resource you get from doing a bunch of other stuff in the game. Like you can take those materials and then you can turn them into actual gear. So they've given us an alternate route to like achieve gear. Even in Star Rail with the synthesizer, you have to like dismantle gear you own in order to create new gear for the most part. Meanwhile here, it's used as a reward for doing your Holo Zero and doing quests and whatnot. So like just doing other activities in the game will make you get resources to craft gear, and this is genius because yeah, it's not everybody, like especially now in the beginning, everybody's busy building their teams. We need our energy to like get EXP materials, we need to level up people's skills and whatnot, and being able to like passively accumulate also gear while we're doing that, just it's a stroke of pure genius. Now, I've got a lot of questions during my live streams, like, oh, what is Bardic Needle? Like, how should I use it? I'm afraid to do wrong. What should I craft, etc. And I thought, hey, let's talk about it. What exactly do you do in the Bardic Needle, and what should you be crafting, and like, how should you be thinking around it? Now, right across from our little familiar video store Random Play on 6th Street, we have the Bardic Needle. Now, if you've never been into this store, it might be because you haven't gotten to that point in the story. This one is not unlocked on the get-go, but rather it unlocks past level 20 somewhere.
What flavor of music would you like to try?
And in here, the music is lovely, and it's run by this amazing Android. So in here, you have 3 tabs. Once again, not all of these tabs are going to be available to you from the get-go. You will start up with the beginner tuning, the intermediate tuning, and the advanced tuning. And important to note, they all use a different resource. Like the beginner tuning uses this blue, like lesser resource. Intermediate uses the red one, and finally advanced uses the yellow one. Now advanced is all advanced tuning, which uses the yellow one, is always guaranteed to like be a 5-star disc. So this is your most valuable resource, and all of this is just genius. It's just genius. They've outdone themselves with this. Now in the database you can check what kind of different discs you want to go for. And I'd suggest like sitting down, reading through the discs, like kind of getting a little bit of an understanding of what they do. If you want some, I'll make a full guide on the discs solely, but just off the bat, if you want a very universally good one, Woodpecker Electro is not a bad choice at all. Almost every DPS currently in the game finds this to kind of be their best set, and like crit rate is always going to be universally good. Now there might come some like niche DPSs who needs other stuff, but yeah, like in general, Woodpecker Electro will always serve you good. Same can be said about, which one am I looking for? Swing Jazz. Launching a chain attack or ultimate increases all squad members' damage by 15% for 12 seconds. Now this, I'll claim that you'll always want at least one character running this on your team, and usually the support character. So yeah, Woodpecker Electro and Swing Jazz, like if you don't know what to make, but oh god, it became bright. Let me try and fix. Sorry, summer in Sweden can be very, very weird. Very weird. So yeah, Woodpecker Electro and Swing Jazz, very universally good to just build if you need gear for your characters. Now, what's also very nifty is that you can see the possible main stat. So the main stat is like the big stat on a thing. Let me craft one just to show you. Now, if we look at this one, it has HP as a base stat. And since this is disc 1, it can only have HP. One can only ever have HP. But the random stats or the substats, they can be different. Now, depending on different characters, are gonna be wanting different things in general. Attackers, they want crit damage, crit rate, pen ratio, attack percentage. As a general rule. So disc 1 is HP main stat, disc 2 is flat attack, disc 3 is defense. Now what I like to do is I like to focus on the discs on the right side. So 4, 5, 6, because these ones can have a wide variety of different main stats. Now the main stat is gonna have like the biggest impact per gear piece. Substats are of less importance. It's much more important that you have like the right main stat for your character. So here in 4, for example, you can get attack ratio, HP ratio, def ratio, crit rate, crit damage, and anomaly proficiency. On the 5, you can start getting like the elemental bonuses. So like physical damage bonus, fire damage bonus, etc., which is usually the way to go for any of your DPSs. But a support like Rina, for example, she wants pen ratio here. And on the 6th one, you can get energy regen, you can get impact, anomaly mastery, attack ratio, HP ratio, and def ratio. So these 6, 5, 4 are gonna be like the most important for your character, like to get the right main stat of. So I like to craft these ones with like the better stuff, if that makes sense, with my better resources. Then I'll use the lesser ones to like craft these that are kind of set in stone and less important. And normally in any Hoyoverse game, you want to hold off with like farming any gear until you pass level 40, because that's when you can start getting like the S rank or like the yellow rarity gear. In this, since it gives you like specific resources and that resource can only be used in one way, which is these blue discs, basically feel free to start crafting as soon as you unlock this. Like just know kind of which set you are going for. There are several good guides on the internet. I've several guides myself. Jelena Niklik, thank you so much for the subscription. If you like the content, peeps, smash the follow button. So yeah, you don't like another genius stroke of this. You don't need to hold off until level 40 like you've done in all of Hoyo's previous work. And important to note, you press here on track settings and you pick whichever set you want to be farming for. If you want swing jazz, you switch to swing jazz here, and then you input whatever you need. And this is just like such a freaking nifty way to do it. Like no longer do we have to solely get gear from like one place, and the game is quite generous when it comes to rewarding you with these details or with these materials. The game knows that 98% of all time the gear pieces you're gonna be farming are gonna be shit, and if the only way you can get those gear pieces is by using your very precious energy, we are gonna feel kind of demotivated to log in and like do day 50 in a row of farming without getting anything to show for it. So I just find that this Bardic Needle is an excellent freaking addition. Now, dismantling. You can also dismantle gear you craft here. And for that, you will get a little bit of resource back. And the resource you get back is depending on like how good of a how good of a set piece are you dismantling. Now, if I were to unlock and dismantle this one, I'll get one of these back. And to craft a new one, I need 5. So if I dismantle 5 purple ones, I get 1 back. At my level, soon about to hit 50, whenever I go do the cleanup, I get, I think, always 4 purple. So like with every like run of doing that, I kind of get 1 extra I can make in the Bardic Needle if I were to dismantle it. So I do feel like the game is quite a lot more generous than what we're used to when it comes to this. Is there anything else in the cover about the Bardic Needle? I want to keep it like fast and snappy because your time is valuable, my time is valuable. But yeah, overall, this is like an excellent freaking addition to the game. It's super easy to like go into any of your characters. Let's say Piper. Go to her equipment. We take a look at her disc 5 and we see, holy shit, Piper. Like, what have I done to you? Why do you have a defense percentage disc 5? Well, I haven't gotten anything better. But now knowing that, I can be like, oh shit, like Piper is too good to be treated that bad. We don't do that with Piper. And then I'm like, okay, like Piper needs something more cool. So we go to tune, we go to let's go to intermediate. And she's using Freedom Blues. Hopefully now this will be physical damage bonus. I think I'd prefer on her on this one. Attack percent ratio could also work. Oh, no, sorry, you actually need 10. 10 of these red ones. Not 5. Correction. But now you'll get some nice music and she will whip up another gear piece. Now, hopefully this is physical damage bonus. Son of a gun. Although I think this is gonna be absolutely freaking busted on... I can see myself running this on Nicole. Yes? Actually, we just got that amazing piece for Nicole. Let's look that one. Another nifty little feature, although this requires a very valuable resource. This little red thing here, where it says orientation. Now, if I were to click on 5, for example, and we were to pick... say that we're still making one for Piper. Then we can click on orientation, and we can pick the physical damage bonus. And now we know when if I press this to craft it, it will be physical damage bonus as the main stat, although the substats could still be whatever, and going from experience, they're gonna be dog shit. But who knows, sometimes you get lucky, So this is a nice way, although do not spend these ones willy-nilly. They are very hard to come by. That one I just have, I've gotten from level 45 in the battle pass. I believe there's only one in the entire battle pass. So yeah, spend them very wisely if you really need gear for one of your important characters. Boom.
Leaving so soon?
Peeps, that's the Bardic Needle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what I do here, thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I'm kind of close to hitting the 1,000 milestone, and that's when things get interesting and spicy. So if you want to help out with that, I'd appreciate it. Until next time, Hako out.